Hey, what's going on, guys? It's FPL Yusuf here, and welcome back to another video on my YouTube channel. Today I'm going to be going over my Game Week 26 FPL Challenge video. We're going to look at how we're currently getting on in Game Week 25, but also what the challenge is ahead of the Game Week 26 deadline as well. So I hope you guys do enjoy this video. If you do, don't forget to drop a thumbs up and subscribe down below. But without further ado, let's get into it. Okay, welcome back, guys. Thank you so much for being here with me today on my YouTube channel for another video. Before we get into this one, if you guys wouldn't mind dropping a thumbs up and subscribing down below, it would be greatly appreciated. So let's just recap how we've currently got on in Game Week 25. Before we get into this one, if you guys noticed that I am still wearing the same jumper as my transfer target videos yesterday. I am recording these videos back to back, so just want to put that one out there. If you guys see me in the same clothes, it is because I am literally recording the videos back to back. So yeah, just a little disclaimer on that one. But let's take a look at how we currently are getting on in Game Week 25. Obviously, we still do have the Liverpool and Aston Villa game to go, but we have actually got off to a very, very good start in the game week. Now, initially, it didn't look that way because obviously we have a double up on Bournemouth defence. We lost that clean sheet out to Southampton, which I was very, very disappointed with actually. But Liverpool have really brought it back for us, and we're going to cover the team now. So we're currently on 71 points. I am hoping that we're going to push towards that 100-point mark if we can. We are on a green arrow, so we're up to 5,300. So we are nearly inside that top 5k, which is what we were speaking about back in Game Week 19 when I think we were about 50k. I remember there was a period for about 4 or 5 weeks that I just couldn't move from 50k. It kept going 50 to like 48, back to 52, back to 46, and we just couldn't move. And the one thing I spoke about was just getting the captaincy right. Captaincy is what will boost your rank. And if you look in the last sort of 5-6 game weeks, we've just gone from there up until now. We're currently sitting at 5,332. So yeah, it's been a really fantastic rise in rank. And again, captaincy is the key to it. So if you guys watched my video last week on FPL Challenge, you'll notice that there are a slight difference in this team. So Marcus Rashford was in this squad. Now, obviously, with FPL Challenge, the way it works, you can make transfers of players in and out who haven't played up until their actual game. So say if a game kicks off at 3 p.m. and a player hasn't played on, say, Sunday, you can actually wait up until 2:59 to still transfer that player out, provided they haven't played. And that's exactly what I did with Marcus Rashford. So the Aston Villa team sheet came out and we saw that he wasn't starting. And for me, even though Liverpool played the next day, I didn't even want to risk him coming off the bench. I know that Aston Villa had 2 games. So what I did was I swapped him for Luis Diaz. Now, I was contemplating between Jota and Diaz. And the reason why is because obviously Gakpo was sort of like a doubt. And Gakpo was initially in my team at the start of last week. But as time went on, we heard the Slot press conference. We found out that he actually didn't look like he was going to play. So the next question was, do we go for Diaz or do we go for Jota? Now, I personally thought Jota would start the game, but I just felt Diaz's minutes were more secure over the two, especially if Gakpo isn't back for the Villa game. I think Diaz has got that left wing spot that he can play as well. So we did decide to go for him, and it was a fantastic decision in the end. He got a goal and an assist, picked up the 3 bonus points. Salah got a goal, obviously him as captain. Trent's clean sheet was massive because I think he got subbed off in about the 64th minute. And then I think about 3-4 minutes later, I think it was the 67th minute, Cunha scored, which obviously Alisson did lose the clean sheet, but we did bank Trent's one. Slot obviously come back with 8 points. So overall, a really, really good game week. You know, Ollie Watkins up front, getting his goal, getting the bonus points as well. So yeah, really happy with how we've gone so far. Obviously, we still do have the Aston Villa and the Liverpool game to go. So we've still got another 6 or 7 players to go. So yeah, like I said, hopefully we can push into that sort of 100-point mark and really elevate our rank to past the 5,000 mark, and then we'll see where we end up at this point, to be honest with you. But overall, really happy with how the game week's gone. Let's jump into what game week 26 is looking like. Okay, so here we go. This is what my team is currently looking like for game week 26. Now, just a little disclaimer before I get into this. I think this team probably will change before we get to the deadline. I think out of all the game weeks I've played this season on FPL Challenge, this one is the most uncertain I've been around certain things. And, you know, it's really a sort of high risk, high reward team that I've set up this week. So we'll start off in defence, and the obvious thing is I've gone triple Arsenal. Now, for the fixtures this week, there really aren't that good of teams who have got good fixtures. So Newcastle and Forest play each other, Liverpool and City play each other, Villa and Chelsea play each other. So all the sort of quote-unquote big boys are all kind of playing against each other, other than Arsenal, who obviously do have a West Ham side who aren't in the best of form. Arsenal are at home, which, you know, usually they are stronger at the Emirates. It is a big risk, I'm not going to lie. You know, having 3 Arsenal defenders, if, as we saw this week, you know, we had to double up on Bournemouth. Southampton did manage to get a goal, and that clean sheet got wiped out and ended up going from what could be, you know, 12 to 14 points with bonus, ended up being 4 points. So there is it's a very, I'm always a little bit cautious when it comes to these sort of things. I don't mind it, but I think for this week in particular is probably the one week you could get away with maybe taking a gamble on it, because like I said, the other big teams haven't really got that many good clean sheet options available to them this week. We are obviously going to finish off the defence with one Bournemouth defender. Obviously, they've got Wolves at home. Again, I don't really know if I expect them to keep a clean sheet. Obviously, Bournemouth are a much better team when they are at home. They're having a great season, just regardless of whether they're home or away. But I think when they are at home, usually you sort of back teams more. And Kirkes obviously offers the attacking threat as well, which is why I've got him in there. Obviously, this week, money is no option with these sort of FPL challenge videos, so we can kind of afford anyone really. So yeah, Kirkes will round out the defence. It is a triple Arsenal defence and Kirkes, but all do have home game. Now we come on to the little bit of the uncertainty, and that is the midfield. So Mo Salah, I know he's got Man City, but he is going to be in there. He's just the most informed player in the league. Double-digit goals, double-digit assists. He's just having a phenomenal season. So he's going to be in there regardless. Mbeumo. Now, I spoke about him. If you watched my transfer target video yesterday, I haven't really been that impressed with Brentford, and I haven't really been impressed with Mbeumo. To an extent, Johan Vista as well, but we're going to come on to him a little bit later. Leicester is a great fixture for them to bounce back, though. I would have liked it so much more if they were at home. Obviously, Brentford are usually just much better when they do play, at their stadium versus when they're away. But that doesn't mean that they can't pick up a result here. And I think with the way Leicester are playing, if they're going to have to start going for wins at some point to push them out the relegation, which may leave space. And I think Brentford on the counter-attack are a very dangerous team, especially with the double up of Mbeumo and Vissa. So yeah, we're going to keep Mbeumo in here for now. Like I said, this could be subject to change, but for the time being, he is going to stay there. Justin Kluivert is going to be my midfielder of pick of Bournemouth. Now, Mbeumo may move to a Dango or someone like that. The reason why I've gone for Kluivert over Dango is solely just for the penalties. I think both offer great upside. Semenyo too, if you're looking for a differential or you wanted to double up on them, I don't mind Semenyo at all. But I just think having a penalty taker in your team just kind of gives you that extra route to points, which is why I like him a little bit more than I do the others. But like I said, it really is a toss of a coin. You could pick any one of them. You could double up on them. But I think for me this week, I will just solely be Kluivert. But if I do move Mbeumo, it probably will be to someone like Dango, who probably would be my second choice, Semenyo being third. And the last midfielder to round this off is Mitoma. Obviously, Brighton have got Southampton away. They had a great win against Chelsea. He did get a goal, got a 10-pointer. Mitoma's been a little bit of a quiet one over the last few weeks. Brighton have been a little bit of a bad run of form. I'm hoping that game against Chelsea will kickstart their sort of latter part of the season, hopefully pick them up some wins. Minte obviously got a brace in that game against Chelsea, but I just think Mitoma for minutes, he's just more nailed, and I just like Mitoma as a player as well. So yeah, happy to own him for Southampton. The two up front, Alexander Isak is in this team. Now this is one of the players who could be subject to change. Obviously Forest at home, it's not the best fixture in the world because obviously Forest are quite good defensively, but obviously Newcastle at St James's Park usually are better than going away. So he's currently in there right now, but like I said, over the week it could be subject to change depending on what happens with other teams. Vissa, same as Mbeumo, really. Haven't really been that impressed with Brentford, but I do think this is a fixture that they could bounce back in. I always seem to have quite bad luck when I own both of them at the same time. When I don't own them, they go on this rampant run, just scoring and assisting with each other. But when I own them too, it just never seems to work the case. I'm hoping this week is going to break that. Hopefully the game against Leicester is a prime fixture to target, which is why I've gone for him. And hopefully, fingers crossed, Brentford can get us some points. Now, the manager, again, this is another thing which may change. At the time of recording this video, Glasner is there. Now, I spoke about this yesterday in yesterday's video as well. For Glasner to get table bonus against Fulham, Aston Villa have to lose that game against Liverpool. So I need Liverpool to win on Wednesday, basically. If by whatever chance Aston Villa do manage to get a result against Liverpool, then Glasner will be changed to someone else. But for the time being, if Crystal Palace to go into that game with Fulham with potential table points on the line, I think I probably will go for him. And I think the Palace versus Fulham game will be quite balanced. So I think that there's a chance that he could come away with something. But like I said, it depends on what happens in the Liverpool and Aston Villa game on Wednesday. Okay, thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you have enjoyed it, please don't forget to drop a thumbs up and subscribe down below. I'll be back either Thursday or Friday this week with a final team selection video ahead of the Game Week 26 deadline. So make sure you stay tuned for that. For any updates even sooner, especially around FPL Challenge, because like I said, there could be changes to this team. Feel free to drop me a follow on Twitter. I'll leave the link to it in the description down below. If you guys got any questions, again, also, as always, leave it in the comments. I will get back to you. Send me a message on Twitter. I will get back to you on that as well. But thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you have enjoyed it, please don't forget to drop a thumbs up and subscribe down below. And I'll catch you guys next time.